I don't know why, but it feels so wrong have to explain these boys why I quit drag. Or maybe it's just me, kinda. I mean, you really think that I would like to be the pleasure that nobody wants to share, the guilty pleasure, or the sex doll that only when you're in your primitive instinct wanna call? I guess absolutely nobody should accept that life just by self esteem itself. What I'm trying to say is no, it's not wrong being a woman inside of a man's body, but I don't have the resources I need to fight that battle. Neither priority society given to this team, because it seems taboo boxes that even in these neo modern times still been uncomfortable, unspoken, and judged like relationships, happiness, religion, the point of life, and sex and preference about what it's normal and what it's not. So what I'm trying to say, it's like shouldn't be that. No. So what I'm trying to say, it's life shouldn't be that hard to explain. I guess for anyone in this world, and choose that battle today is a brave act that I'm not feeling inspired anymore. I've like so many feelings. I've I've lived so many moments of joy, happiness, kind, and mostly relevant love in both of my physical forms that I don't need to be perceived as a woman anymore. It's an uncomfortable fight for attention when you're almost clear that there is a little probability that you just have that storyline you want to tell. And besides that, it's connected with the kind of person you want to be because most of common people wouldn't pay you respect for your decision or flow against the flow. And there's a bunch of people who, no matter how your personality is, they always look at you with hate, sorrow, or nasty, what they would like to call sexy. And yes, trans life hypersexualize the woman's roles for just exist by itself. And I have to admit that I was part of the problem, that I was being damaged too. You can't be pretty, confident, and attractive without look boring or a slut. There's no middle point between that line. And it's harsh to say because it will admit that men's most of the time crucify the women's they looked at the fucking time. It is instinctive, as I've seen. But they normalize that in silence because no matter who you are, we all want to be happy and normal. To could be envied by other successful, normal, happy people. And that takes determination and constance, also discipline and paved way. And that's where I want to ride in this point of my life. Don't want to be unique, brave, neither strong anymore. It's like doing cardio all day without no water refill. It drowns your soul and ego, the dark night of the soul. Actually, I don't know where my mind is, but I'm taking the worst movement ever. Any move, any step. I question myself if I should respond messages from boys that I liked, but I really don't want to dress as a woman anymore. I found uncomfortable and it gives me a lack of like lazy. Just imagine the process to take in all that into drag. And as a man, I don't feel any attractive. Sure, when I do the videos of cardio, it also gives me a little bit of dopamine, but when I see the frontal camera from the phone, I feel like really uncomfortable. Even when my remembers also could be distorted because of the excessive Photoshop that I used to do on my photos, or I'm just feeling really old to play with wigs and get dates with boys. Is something silly. Know that neither them or me could have interest on their life and it's mutual. But I feel like the final decision always have them. And I guess I will be available to the first man who show me interest from typical sentimental. And in the past, I've never had the power of relationships when I really was interested in somebody. I was so silly, insecure, and cruel with them in their moment because I was distant and I have never told what I really feel. For because I was embarrassed. But embarrassed of what? I guess now I don't feel that limitations anymore to express myself, but maybe it won't happen because I repeal everything that I want. From a side, I had to choose a way where I found a perfect and empathic and loveliness person, and from the other side, just emotional stability from the circle around me. And both routes are on both routes. Mm, and it don't make much anymore because you can't just put them on the same line. You can put that two things in the same fucking way, and that's why I can move one without abandon the war on the other side. And that's that mental state where I've been stuck for almost 2 years, where I've been quiet like a stone, watching life goes, just resistant to the change, and at the same time destroying both of the expectations or goals that I was overthinking all this fucking time. I really want an answer. I want to know. I want a certain in things that it only comes as hope and fate, and deal with it. It's just complex and unexplicable, shocking. It should be more easy. I should be making money, not changing this toxic cycle. It's gonna drive me crazy again. So I couldn't save myself on my own. The last time I collapsed and I was outside of the world for like 4 months dealing with my feelings that I don't find any sense. Liberty, l- liberty, free choice, and enjoy oxidate with a lot of it's no, ¿cómo se dice? Se oxidan con mucha rapidez. Once you go back to feel it, and feels like an eternity when you can't when there is limitations, physicals, mental, and regulations that you can't overpass. There is no power in your hands that you can change, and the fact you don't have a free choice, free will to do what you want, where you go, neither where to be or what time to be, it breaks you on the moment. You just can cry and learn to deal with the frustration and with other thoughts of guilt of the sins you've taken on your way in the past. That puts you in the point where you needed limitate from your autonomy. I wanted to make music looking for validation and being an icon, being a symbol of something. I want to make draws because I was looking the feeling of a complete task and validation of my artistic impression. I wanted to be a woman looking for veracity, and because I was supposed to be more easy to find a man of my dreams, and I risk to personify artists that I used to idolatrate because their personality makes them receive a lot of attention, admiration, and being symbols. That I start act the same, looking for the same reception. I want to fall in love without loving myself, and I fall in love with the version of me that I was put it on the stage. But uniquely because I was delusional and ambitious, because it looks like bring that universe to reality, it will really makes me a greater artist and gives me the chance to have an empire as an icon. But it will not happen because I was not ready for that, and I was not having a team, and I was not prepared, and I don't have any money, and I was not mental prepare, just because I was very young and naive, and I was completely um emotional, and just like a normal person. I was not an artist. I was just a person trying to be a fucking icon, and that was rude, and that was harsh. It breaks me down because it makes my whole world, like the real world, collapse and crush all of that real place where I've been all my life, because I tried to put that universe where the the artists exist. And when you take that universe in my universe, it just crushed everything, and it wasn't making any sense to carry on that, because it really makes shit all what I have, all that I got, and all that I could have. My worst mistake was the confusion of the result of a project that I had, and I had to realize that it was just a project, artistic project, that I personified as a lifestyle, that it don't make any sense with relationships, neither my personality and private, neither my relations with other people. Like, I make mans fall in love with my project more ambitious. Like, they really felt things for a project, just like a picture that I was evoking. And it was my most ambitious project that it's hard to let it go, because I put all my faith, all my hopes, all my spirit that, into that icon, into that picture. But it was full of emptiness, full of unconsciousness, full of limited thoughts, and full of religion bullshits, and wanted to be a normal person with money. And it was just that. It's like a frontal cover of a jewel case with no CD and a booklet, not even a track list. It was just an empty box.